that even in this abroad, there is still long distance marriage. Two of you are together here, and there's still long. Am I lying on you? Yes, because husband will go to work in the morning, wife will go to work in the night. They will not see each other for a week.
Yeah, but that's true.
Yes, you will not see yourself for a week. Some will even be months. So do you understand? But when you people see yourself, it will be like you've not seen yourself for ages. You will gist everything from even on phone self every day. You people are communicating and gisting and talking because that is your best friend. That is your best friend. You can't wait to gist to the person. You can't wait to tell the person everything that has happened in his or her absence.
But that notwithstanding, I feel if you're there should be that understanding apart from the religious aspect of it that you just hammered on. There should be that, because there's people who doesn't believe in
religion or something,
whether they are religious or not, or maybe they are atheists. They don't even believe in the existence of God. But I think that what makes long distance relationship or marriage works is all about commitment.
Yes, commitment.
Because if you're not really committed to that relationship, definitely it won't work. Because one, you'll be feeling the absence of the other person, and the other spouse will be feeling your absence. And before you know it, there will be occasion for someone to stray and cause infidelity in the home. So I feel is a commitment by both parties to make it work. But if it's a commitment by one person to make it work,
it will not work.
It won't work.
Yes.
So
both of you have to be in agreement.
It will be a commitment by both partners, both spouses, to make sure that yes, we may not have seen each other, but let it be as if wherever I'm going, let me feel the presence of
my partner,
person. Let me feel the presence of my partner. If you're walking on the street, feel that presence. Use his presence and his aura and surround yourself. Build that mentality and build your aura around that person. That if you're going, feel the aura of that person.
That this person is with me, so I should not misbehave.
So it creates that commitment. It creates that commitment and it creates that bond, even though you may not really be there, but there is that bond. So it's a commitment by both parties to make that relationship work. Because if you're not committed to it, definitely that relationship
will not
collapse.
work. Yes.
I remember those days when we were in the university, when we are cutting each other. My wife will go, in fact, he scouts around whether MTN, Glow, anyone that did night calls, anyone that did free night calls of those days.
Oh my God!
Yeah, my wife will just call me and say, "Let's migrate."
Go to this line. They are not doing free calls. We will talk from morning to night.
So you see that is a commitment by both parties, because she is committed to it. I'm committed to it. So we
sacrifice our sleep just to talk.
We are every day looking out for a way to make sure that we have that connection. And when you constantly have that connection, it creates the aura around that person, that even if you're walking on the roof, even if you're in your room, there is that aura that person is with you. So we constantly call, we make free night call, we go call till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock and all that. So it's really, like I said, it's a commitment by both parties. So distant relationship is not really that easy.
You have to be committed.
So it's a commitment by both parties. That's the way I see it.
You're right, my darling. That's the truth. Commitment. That's the key. So guys, make your marriage work. Make your relationship work. It is not one person that can do it. It is both of you in agreement.
Then another thing is, when you're in a distant relationship, you have to be open-minded about it, because you don't operate on assumptions, because immediately you start operating on assumptions
or listening to what people say,
then you're creating distrust. So don't work on assumptions. Don't listen to what people are saying. There is always something to talk about somebody. And let me tell you one thing: if you're not being talked about, then that means you're nobody.
Yeah.
So if you're being talked about, that means you're somebody, and it means that your relationship is really strong. That's why you're being talked about. So you don't really give room or give occasion for third parties, gossip, and so many things people talk about. So you really have to focus on your partner and on your spouse to make sure that this distant relationship works. Then another thing is this. When you are in a distant relationship, the discussion you people should have all the time, constantly, is to how to come together. Because if you're not really discussing about how to come together, then definitely that long distance will collapse. Because the essence of that communication between you and the other person over there or down there is to come together.
Yeah.
Making plans on how to come together, making plans on how to bridge that gap, making plans on how to bridge that mile. Then if your discussion is not tailored towards bridging that gap and coming together, then that long distance relationship will always fail. Because when that person has the sense of I'm coming closer to this person, because each discussion you have will always bring you closer to that person. Because you people are making plans on how to be together. So your discussion should be tailored on how every time
to come together.
How
and when there's an opportunity to come together. When there's an opportunity, make sure you come.
Yes, we have to grab that opportunity to make sure that the other, if like those of them that got married and leave their spouse in Nigeria, every time you have that discussion, your discussion should be about how are we going to
how to bring you here, how to be together then.
What are the plans for you to bring me in, apart from every other discussion you are having? What is the plan? Because when the other spouse keeps hearing it gives her the confidence and give her that strong mentality to still carry on and still maintain her fidelity throughout that relationship until you people meet each other. So that's
having the faith, the hope that yes, definitely there's somebody there who is committed to me, and we're planning to be together.
So that relationship is good, and
it can work.
It can work, but it's
not easy.
So it's something that you have to manage. Both parties need to manage and try to make it work. So if you have any other idea, we would like to see it at the comment section. Thanks for watching. Bye. You talk too much.
You talk too much, eh? I match your shoe. I tell you say don't too long. You no agree here. What be your problem? Ah, voila.